Tombstone, Arizona. It's one of the more famous towns in America, as the movie explains.
Tombstone as a legend. The story of Wyatt Earp at the OK Corral. The West would never forget.
We're less likely to have gunfights these days, and that's a good thing, except it allows authorities to do just about whatever they want to you. I don't think Wyatt Earp would take kindly to what the U.S. Agriculture Department did to Tombstone. Last summer, wildfires destroyed most of the forest around Tombstone. Rain then washed out the pipes that deliver spring water to the city.
It brought huge boulders down from, every which way in the canyon. And, the force of all of that coming down at once was tremendous.
These city workers showed us what the storm did to the pipes.
They got twisted up and wrapped around trees and dispersed through this flow path like pixie sticks.
So the city started to repair the pipes, because what's more important than water in a desert? But then the federal government came in and said, no, your repairs might hurt wildlife. You can only rebuild if you use horses and hand tools. That sounded very wrong to the people at Arizona's Goldwater Institute. Their president is Darcy Olsen.
We thought that it was a physical problem, that it was the mud and debris. We didn't realize it was the Forest Service saying, sure, you can go access your water as long as you do it with horses and hand tools.
Tombstone's archivist explained that the feds really want to protect these animals. Don't people matter?
No, of course not. We don't matter.
Darcy Olsen of Goldwater joins us now. What, people don't matter? Come on, people matter.
This is a declared state of emergency in Arizona, and the people.
The governor declared Tombstone a water emergency.
Right, because there's not enough water. There's a 2-day supply, so if there's a fire, all the water is gone. And the town of Tombstone, they're not asking for resources. They're not asking for money. All they're asking is to access their water that they own on parklands.
They had 25 springs that fed them water. The storm destroyed all but one. They repaired 2, and then they were stopped.
Right. Well, they were right. I mean, basically they went in and they were doing some work, and the Forest Service folks came out and they saw they had a wheelbarrow, and they said that is too much mechanization for this area.
A wheelbarrow?
And they stopped them. And yes, a wheelbarrow, too mechanized, too dangerous. It could destroy the wildlife to have a wheelbarrow.
And these bureaucrats who enforce this, they are environmental zealots, and those are the kind of people who choose to go to work for the government environmental organizations?
Well, one of the things that was just absurd to us is that when this happened and all of these springs were ruined, there were email going out by these ecological extremists saying, oh, it's wonderful, the pipe springs have been liberated, and as if having water in pipes is too anti-nature for them. And they had a picture of a spotted owl on top of a broken water pipe.
And that's the animal they're trying to save, the spotted owl plus a butterfly. What are they? The Mexican spotted owl, the Ramsey Canyon leopard frog, and the Huachuca giant skipper butterfly.
Well, they're throwing all kinds of excuses at why they're not allowing people to have access to their water. But the truth is that the fire that burned down the Huachuca Mountains and the monsoons that followed destroyed that habitat. There are no spotted owls. There's nothing. When you walk through the woods, as I did with your producers, there's not a sound in the forest at all. There's nothing left there. So that's all been destroyed. Nevertheless, all of those animals did cohabit just fine with the pipe springs running through there.
So you run the Goldwater Institute, the libertarian think tank in Arizona, you're suing, trying to help Tombstone.
We are. Tombstone called us and asked if we could help because we have expertise in this area of constitutional law. And without going into the weeds, the 10th Amendment explicitly provides that the federal government cannot get in the way of the states or municipalities protecting the life and safety of their residents. And in this case, you've got a town at risk, not only not having water, but fire, and people need access to their water. It's that simple.
The local federal bureaucrats live there too. Don't they want water?
Well, I mean, they do, but they're working for the Forest Service and just trying to do their jobs like all good people, and they're not making those decisions. Those decisions are made in Washington.
God bless Washington, which puts us on that road to serfdom. Thank you, Darcy Olsen of the Goldwater Institute.